Good morning. Welcome to the 16th episode of Transforming Fear into Faith, 1 week at a time. And that's pretty much what it is, a weekly blog of transforming fear into faith. Sorry I'm coming to you so laid back, but that's kind of the mode that I'm in. This week was a self-reflective week. I wouldn't necessarily say it was a good week, but it wasn't necessarily a bad week. I'm just kind of like a melancholy mode was like blah. So I'm just trying to get through this, post on, and hopefully the rest of my week is good. Um, as you spend time with yourself, you start to find out things about yourself, more and more about yourself, and some things you like and some things you don't. This week is more of me finding out things that I don't like about myself. I hate that. Anyway, things that I don't like about myself, that I have to continue to work and push through. And just being honest, having an honest conversation with myself and working on things that I don't like. So it is what it is. This week, as usual, I start with, the miscellaneous things that happen in my life from a professional standpoint. Or just little highlights that I just wanted to say, just think about or highlight because it made me smile. So one of the first things that I thought was I received a package from River Street Sweets based in Savannah, Georgia. It was a basket in the shape of Georgia filled with a whole bunch of pralines and the little nut log and pecans or pecans, however you say it. I think I say pecans. Yeah, so it just came in the mail unexpectedly. Realized it was from one of our vendors of my old company. They probably think I'm still with the company, or they don't know I'm not with the company anymore. But they sent me a basket full of sweets. Me and LJ have eaten them, more so LJ than myself. I was gonna bring the basket up here, but he's eaten most of everything out of the basket. So just imagine a pretty basket, wicker basket shaped in the shape of Georgia, which I'm going to keep definitely. I don't know where I'm going to put it, but I love anything in the shape of Georgia. Um, Filled with candy, pralines, the little cute pecan log, just all types of goodies. So it was a very nice surprise that I wasn't expecting. So thank you. I was able to open a bank account for all four of my businesses, which is just made me happy. Just seeing the debit cards for each business with each business name on there, it made me happy because, um, like I said before in previous posts, I can separate the money. I don't have to be. I don't know what this is on my lip. I'm not re-recording, so whatever. um, yeah, so all the money can go to each account as it's earned. I don't have to be, pulling out my personal account or pulling out my savings account that I'm trying to hold or trying to remember if this goes to refrigerator rescue or if it should go to MJ's bag or whatever. So I have 4 different accounts, which I'm very, very, very proud of myself. And I know these things are just small accomplishments, but y'all just don't know in the long run how much that's going to help me. I now need to get on to mobile banking so I can see my stuff online and not have to call or go to the ATM to try to figure out what my account balance is, because I did make a few transactions per company this week, which we'll talk about later as I go through the week, activities for the week or whatever happened this week, but did make some money transactions. So I want to be able to see that from a mobile perspective. I did work the 2 days in the daycare center last Tuesday and last Wednesday. Oh my God, it was so great to just be in there with those little babies. I started with the 3-year-old classroom, and then on Tuesday, and just fell in love with them. Like 3-year-olds, they just have a mind of their own. They are just little people. I could see their little faces, and like 3 or 4 of them remind me of people that I know now. So it's like I can see their faces now and see the adults that they are going to grow into, or what I think they will grow into just based on their little faces now. But it was just so sweet to just be amongst just innocent little kids and feel their vibe, and they fall in love with me as much as I fell in love with them in one day. I had to go, so I was in the 3-year-old classroom on Tuesday, and then on Wednesday I started with their class up until breakfast, and then I had to go to the 2-year-old class because they were short staffed. So I went to the 2-year-old class, and once I went in there, it was a little boy that was just crying, crying. And the teacher was like, he's a younger two, so he's not really accustomed to being, here. He doesn't communicate as well as the other 2-year-olds, so he uses his crying. He cries to, get what he wants, but I can't deal with that crying. I just realized I can't deal with it. So I grabbed him when she was reading the story. He was crying. I grabbed him and put him in my lap and just held him until he stopped crying. I didn't baby him. I just held him in my lap until he stopped crying. And by the end, like right by the time we went to the playground, he was like grabbing me and pushing me and telling me to go here. And then, one of the teachers was like, that's rare. He doesn't interact with, people like that. He really likes you. So that made me feel special. And what made me feel even more special is my 3-year-olds were outside at the same time we were outside with the 2-year-olds. And so some of the 3-year-olds, they were climbing on the fence, and they saw me and they said, Miss T, what you doing over there? You're supposed to be here with us. And I was just like, it just made me feel so good that, he first, they remembered my name, Miss T. And secondly, that they were like, you supposed to be in our classroom, not nobody else's. So that just made me feel special. Like, really working with kids, it doesn't even feel like work, to be honest. It's, you go in there and you spend time with them and, help them to see things, and they help you to see things. So it doesn't feel like work, but it's so funny, or it's so sad that in childcare it's just not enough money. But I just pick those contracts up to get my baby fixed whenever I need one. Yeah. I think my biological clock is ticking for grandchildren. But my children aren't ready for children, so I'll be raising other folks' children, or taking care of other folks' children until they are. That's a better light. Why y'all didn't tell me that early? Anyway. um, I was able to go to, and I think I'm gonna stop calling funerals. I'm gonna just call them celebration of life ceremonies. So I went to a beautiful celebration of life ceremony this past Friday. And I thought I wasn't gonna be able to make it because it was earlier in the week, and I thought it was gonna be earlier in the week and conflict with my work schedule, but it wound up conflicting with my volunteer job that I do at the co-op workstation place. I don't know if I talked about that earlier, but I do that on Fridays from 8:30 to like 2:30. Just helping out there and just being the front desk receptionist and meeting new people. I serve as an EIR, so I enjoy that as well. But the ceremony conflicted with that time. I left my work assignment at 10:30, headed to the ceremony at 11. It started at 11, or was supposed to start at 11, but then it started till 12, which was cool, whatever. But from 12 to 2, we were in there celebrating the life of, I don't know if I can say his name or if I should say his name or not. Probably won't say his name just to protect his privacy, but to, celebrating his life. And it was just amazing to see all my different classmates to come out and support my friend as she goes through this horrible time in life. But it's reassuring to see that she feels like, it happened for a reason, and God has called her to make sure that her son doesn't live in vain. And he already has a valuable life, not a valuable life, but a remarkable life at the age of 14. You know, he's just, I don't know. Anyway, remarkable life at the age of 14. That he just received a proclamation to the city, and I mean, a proclamation, actually a day, his own day, which is amazing. You know, she said that, you know, during the ceremony that he wanted to be a celebrity. He wanted to be well known. And it's sad that he had to transpire for it to happen, but he has his own day in South Wilson County, which is just amazing. So I know she's gonna, just being who she is, his mother, who she is, she's gonna make that day very special. I can see her celebrating on that day for years to come. So kudos to her, her husband, his dad, and the whole family for just raising a remarkable boy to be celebrated as such. So that was nice to be able to go and celebrate his life. And it made me realize it doesn't matter how long you live, but it's about the impact that you make while you're here. So live each day, making an impact. I ain't combed my hair yet, so whatever. On the World Wide Web with my hair not being combed, but I don't care. I really don't care. So I was supposed to be taking this month of July to just be in solitude, to just really, really focus on my businesses, doing all those little things that, you know, just have to be done that I don't want to do. And I know I've said that before, and it's just like I just haven't done it, and it's like it's putting me behind my schedule of where I see myself or where I want to be professionally from my own standpoint as I do this entrepreneur stuff. And I realized that I need to stop doing it. Like just stay on task. But as I spend more time in solitude and focus on my goals and hand, I realize that I talk too much. I talk too much. I, you know, have more ideas. I have ideas that just continue to flow, continue to flow, continue to flow. And I talk about them to, you know, whoever's willing to listen. Not too many people, because I don't want people to steal my ideas. But shoot, somebody I'm talking to could steal my ideas. But it's like I have these ideas and I don't have the funds to fund them right now, you know. So it's like I have to go get money or get loans or ask for loans and things of the sort. And it's just like I just don't want that right now in my life. Actually, I can't afford that in my life right now because I just can't. I have 4 big projects or 4 initiatives that I'm working on, and the initiative that I'm thinking of is piggyback off of, you know, MJ's bag. But it's just like I just talk too much. I tell too many of my ideas. Another thing is I talk too much as far as like I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to do this, and don't do it per se. Or let's say I do it, it takes a long time for me to do it. So that like you thought I wasn't gonna, the person may think I ain't gonna do it. Um, so I feel like I'm just talking too much. Like I'm just talking too much, not showing enough action, but not being action oriented enough. And just need to start putting my money where my mouth is, and probably start talking more, just not to the people that I know. I need to talk to the people. And when I say talk more, I'm just saying talk more about my business, get it more exposed, get it more out there. You know, right now I do things on Instagram and I do things on Facebook. I do Instagram for MJ's Bag, Facebook for Refrigerator Rescue. I haven't done anything for Butterfly Changes or You Grow Girl on any social media sites. But um, I need to talk more to people outside of people that aren't following me or people that don't know me. I need to get my word out there and just get it out there that my businesses do exist so that I can, you know, be fully working in my purpose and doing what I'm supposed to do. Um, and not doing it or being behind makes me feel like I am suffering from imposter syndrome. And I don't know if you guys have ever heard that before, but I did look it up or take the time to uh, look it up to define what it means. And it's also called perceived fraudulence. Involves feelings of self-doubt and personal incompetence that persist despite your education, experience, and accomplishments. And it's like I don't I think I just have those senses, that sense of imposter syndrome, because I do so much without doing anything. If that makes any sense. You know, you ever have some people just talk. I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna do that, do that, and then don't do it, or they don't do it the way they said, or even if I'm thinking of something in my brain and it doesn't come out the way that I thought in my brain, I feel that as a failure. Or if I say something and I don't do it, or I accomplish it or don't accomplish it, I feel that as a failure. And I don't like failure, but I do know it's a part of life. But it's just so hard for me because I think I'm a perfectionist. And it's hard to be a perfectionist because I'm like, I'm on the spectrum of, it's like I'm either working, or I'm not. Or, it's like one extreme to the other, one extreme to the other. Or even say I'm a perfectionist, or I may be half-assed, or I may be a half-assed perfectionist, or something like that. I don't know. It's just like an oxymoron with everything, or a justification. I'm just a weird person. I'm just really, really weird. I realize, really, 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 really weird. I realize the more that I get to know myself, and it really takes for me to push through my weirdness and my awkwardness and my confidence or lack of, to, be the person that I know God is calling me to be. Um, I do suffer from a mediocre mindset. Um, and knowing that I come from greatness. Like, I know that. I feel it, that I come from greatness. But it's just like, when you hear things like your ancestors have been waiting on you, or you're going to be the one to make a change, or you're the chosen one, or you're this and you're that, and you don't feel like you're living up to that, or you're working up to that, it can be frustrating and confusing at times, because it's like, I know I have all this greatness in me. I know it. I know it. But sometimes I don't have everything that I need to make things do what it do. So I'm always find myself um, doing the best with what I have, which is not always the best situation, which may not turn out to always be the best outcome. Um, I don't know. I think I'm just going through the motions of being an entrepreneur, and this is one of my weeks where I'm just like, blah, blah. um, which is cool. Which is cool. I told y'all it's gonna be some weeks. Most weeks I'm thankful for everything that God is showing me and continue to show me. And some weeks, and I'm out. Let's say I'm thankful every week that God is showing me and will continue to show me. But some weeks like that. Some weeks I'm not gonna be my best, and that's cool. That's part of life. That's part of blogging. That's part of every day I ain't gonna be smiling, or every week I ain't gonna be smiling. I try to, but some days and some weeks I'm just not gonna be feeling it, and that's okay. And I hope that you guys are okay with that, and you can understand where I'm coming from, and you can accept that as well. Um, just being human, we all go through. We have highs, lows, triumphs, tribulations, feelings of greatness, and feelings of weaknesses. And this week just happens to be my week. I'm also, and for lack of too much information, also going through PMS. And I don't know if people watch my Facebook page or whatever, but when I go through PMS, sometimes I get a bad rash right here. And I had to think about that a few weeks ago. I was like, why do I get a rash right here on my face? Like, it'll get bad. And I put medicine on it, so it's better. But it'll be sometimes it's all the way up here, all down here. And I was like, why is this on my face? Like, I went to the doctor. The doctor was like, he doesn't know. It happens every month. Some months it happens, some months it doesn't happen. But every time, it does happen, I every time my cycle begins, or I go through PMS, I have this moment of clarity, or moments of clarity where I can really think and be clear, and make hard decisions, and understand things about myself, understand things about others. And I always realize that this is my third eye, right? This is where your third eye of clarity, this is where it is. And mine gets, I guess, agitated, or it shows it's working. That's what I said. This rash is my third eye working. It's open. So it sees, it's clear. So even, and because it's so clear, I'm less, or maybe more no nonsense. I'm more grinding, like I'm more heads down. Less, want to be less bothered by people. And it's so funny because this young guy, he's in Family Dollar. He's there. The first time I went in there, he went, and I saw him in my neighborhood Family Dollar. He's, a big boy, sweet, talk to you, ma'am, yes ma'am, carry your bag, oh, I'm a gentleman, I take care of you, He's about 13, 14. I can't remember how old he is. Maybe he's older than that. But either way, by the time you finish, though, you buy him something. You got something on your buggy, on the belt with him. Like, can you buy me this? And he's been so sweet this whole time that you want to buy it. But so you wind up buying it. But the last time I went in there and I had this third eye open, because I felt like you bamboozled me the last time, or you were sweet to me so I could be sweet to you. Whatever it is, that third eye was open this time. So when I saw you coming and you was talking to me, you was like, oh, you got some perfume. You need help? You need some? No, I don't need help. I appreciate your help. I appreciate your kindness, but I don't need it. And I don't feel like talking all the way around this Family Dollar so that you can get you some Reese's. Because last time you got, you asked for some Reese's, and you bought the big pack with the 13 or 14 Reese's in there, which is cool. You were sweet. You deserved it. But every time I come in Family Dollar, you not getting nothing, and you ain't got to help me. So that's what I'm saying. My third eye was open. It's like, you know what? I'm not even dealing with this today. Don't come around here. Don't bother me, because I ain't buying you nothing. So that's just a prime example of my third eye. When it be open, it's agitated, it's aggravated, I just see clearly. I might not want to look at my face because I feel like it's distorted because it has, a bad rash on there. But I can see clearly. I can truly see clearly when that happens. So just being able to understand that I am feeling, like having a sense of imposter syndrome. I can identify it. That's the thing, that I can identify my issues is just, I think it's great for me. Yeah. So working on that, ways to, everything always boils down to, trying to be a perfectionist or people pleaser, this, that, and other. And I think I did a lot of that in my life. A lot of that. I've always been a good kid. My mama even said it the other day. It's like, you've always been good. Like, I've always been good. I do. And I'm generally a good person. Like, for real. Like, for real. But, I have, I don't want to say it's a bad side, but it's like a wild side. It's not like so structured, or not so, what everybody wants or expects, or this, that, and the other. It's more of a free, I think people tell me, you just do things without thinking, or you do things without, reacting. And I have in the past. That was when I was an unevolved Sagittarius. I am an evolved Sagittarius now. And I'll read the differences for you guys on the next video as I think about it. But unevolved, I was here, there, everywhere, whatever came, go with the flow, this and the other. But as I'm evolved, I do still kind of go with the flow, but I'm more, I apply some of them structures from my past life, or structures that have been put in place in my past life, to some of that spontaneous to make it more, make more sense, I guess. um, so I have to continue to push through, and stop having those feelings of self-doubt and personal incompetence, and just do what I know I can do, and stop being afraid of my power. For MJ's bag this week, we were selected to be for the Black Business to Support by another Black business podcast show. It's one of the Instagram follower. I guess they pick different Black-owned companies to highlight on their page to support. Right? They ask their followers to support. So we were picked for that this week, unbeknownst to us. Saw it on the page, and it was like, wow, they picked us. So as a Black businesses to support, so hopefully we'll get more followers through that. I was also invited to participate in another pop-up shop at Cumberland Mall. Through the last lady I did the Stonecrest Mall pop-up shop with, but she's only getting 10 of the best tables, 10 of the exclusive tables. So I got an exclusive invite to that, so I'm proud. Being Cumberland Mall. As I get more information, I'll provide you guys with more information, but I believe it's sometime in August. So I'm proud of that. I began to start buying merchandise from the last pop-up shop sales. I've started to re-up to get things that I need to get prepared for the next pop-up shop. So there is one this weekend that I feel like I need to push myself to be a part of, even though I don't have everything that I would like to have in place for my mid boxes, but I just feel like that's where I need to be to get some of the exposure or more exposure. Gip is having a pop-up shop this weekend at his smoke shop in Columbus, Georgia. So I'm gonna look into it tomorrow or later today and see if there's somewhere I really want to be. I think I do. I know I do. It's just that it's just gonna be such a long week. I'm going to work today. I'm going to work tomorrow at the child care center. Then I go to the volunteer event on Friday, and then if I do the pop-up shop, that'll be Saturday. And then Sunday I rest, but I have an invite thing on Sunday. So just a busy week, and I don't really know when I'm going to take the time to rest. Rest is important. Rest is very important. And I feel like sometimes I may rest too much and not get things accomplished. But rest is very important because burnout is real. Real. And burnout will make you not want to do anything for nobody. Just lay in your bed and just, recharge. Because it's real. And I think that's what I experienced. I know that's what I experienced my last few days or last few months at my company. I did experience burnout. We were a lean team of 3 with a supervisor who was doing all that he could. But as far as I think a lot of the stuff that he couldn't do fell on me, and I didn't have the ability to delegate it to anyone else. So it did result in a lot of burnout because it was just a lot of work, non-stop. And I needed a break, and I took it. So I did open the bank accounts this week for Refrigerator Rescue, You Grow Girl, and Butterfly Changes. And with each one of those funds, I took like $100 to fund the account. Which each one of those funds, I started to create logos. I did a new logo for Refrigerator Rescue, a new logo for You Grow Girl because it's no longer girls, and I also did a new logo for Butterfly Changes. So from there, I created a logo. I bought business cards so that I could start distributing those, and I also need to start creating flyers. For Refrigerator Rescue, I did a new logo which includes a phoenix. Because if you guys know, the phoenix rises from the ashes after being burnt. And I think refrigerator rescue, which is also will also be refrigerator and room rescue, because we'll be doing organizing rooms and as needed. But a room can be shot to hell, like messed up, like bad. And as soon as you take the time and the energy to rebuild it from the ashes and see that it's born anew, that you could you can feel born anew. You can feel new. You can feel new mindsets, and you can feel new ideas, and you can feel new energies, because you just have a new space. So that's why I chose the Phoenix for the refrigerator rescue. And I just feel like the Phoenix is really, I feel really connected to the story of the Phoenix, just being, at the ashes or burnt to the ashes and rising from the ashes is just a compelling story to me. And I always feel like that's my story. And even now, like I feel like right now I'm on a reset to the next phase of my life, and I'm at the very, very bottom, the very, very low stage. I ain't gonna say I'm at the fire and the ashes stage. I think leaving my job was the fire and the ashes stage. Like I had just got burnt out, like burnt to a crisp. And I'm in the rise. I haven't, really returned as the phoenix yet, but I can feel that is on the horizon for me. But I'm in the rising stages, being born from the ashes or rising from the ashes. So I feel like that is a true testament to, where my life is headed and where I want it to be. I feel like, things aren't going as fast as I thought they would, but I haven't put the word out as I should have. I am behind on where I want to be as far as communication. I'm behind on where I want to be as far as completing my life certification classes. Not being without my computer for like a week or two, that really set me back, and just not having the gumption or the goal to just do what I need to do. Like just do what I need to do.